Who is it? The sudden explosion caught everyone by surprise. Initially, they thought someone had committed suicide by jumping off the building. However, after a good look, they realized the figure who had jumped off the building was still standing tall. In his hand, he was holding a black umbrella as he stood in the rain, giving off an overwhelming and mysterious aura. "Mr. Rhys! This man's dangerous, run for your life!" Stefan screamed his lungs out. That the White Dragon Guild was here, why did he join the fray instead of escaping? Was he looking for death? "Punk, are you that Dustin guy?" Dracer sized Dustin up, noting his thin and frail build. "Yes, it's me," Dustin replied. "You got some guts for not running away from the sight of me, punk." Dracer smirked. "Why should I run? I was waiting for you," Dustin said nonchalantly. "Really?" Dracer raised his eyebrows. "Interesting. It's been a long time since I have last seen an arrogant punk like you." "Mr. Rhys, he is too powerful for you. With his impenetrable skin and overwhelming energy, even if we combine our attacks, we are no match for him. Go and get support from the Harmon family while I'll hold him back." Stefan scrambled to stand up, using the last ounce of his strength to help Dustin escape. "Mr. Chapman, it's all right. Leave the rest to me." Dustin smiled, touched by his resolution. It was commendable that Stefan was prepared to die to protect him, even though he was ordered by someone else. "Mr. Rhys, you're still unaware of the situation. Not only is this man the guild master of the White Dragon Guild, but he is also the best martial artist in Swinton. He is head and shoulders above both of us. Just escape while you can," Stefan urged. Although Dustin was a martial artist as well, he could only harness internal energy. On the other hand, as a high-level martial artist, Dracer already had the ability to manifest his energy externally. In addition, he fortified his body to be as impenetrable as steel. Even among the high-level martial artists, he was considered one of the best. Defeating a lower-level martial artist like Dustin would be a walk in the park. "Mr. Chapman, don't worry. I can deal with this," Dustin reassured him. "Mr. Rhys, you are biting off more than you can chew. You are still young and trainable. If you survive, there is still hope for you to defeat him one day. However, the most important thing right now is to stay alive." Stefan was getting anxious. Dustin couldn't help but feel frustrated. Were his words that unbelievable? He didn't even care if he went up against a godlike opponent. Defeating a high-level martial artist was nothing. "Shut your yapping. Today, both of you will die here." Dracer snapped his fingers. At his signal, his disciples swarmed all at once toward Dustin. "Mr. Rhys, run. I'll hold them back." Stefan gritted his teeth and rushed into the middle of the crowd. He had to buy more time so that Dustin could escape. Although Stefan was badly injured, he was still able to tackle a large number of men by mustering up his remaining energy. As Dracer's disciples were defeated one by one, Stefan's last-ditch effort angered Dracer. "What a reckless idiot." Dracer's expression darkened. He leaped into the air and dove at Stefan with his palm open. "Come at me with all you've got." Stefan countered with his fists. As Stefan's fist and Dracer's palm came into contact, a loud blast was heard as their energies repelled each other. Stefan flew into the air like a punching bag, blood spurting from his mouth. Before his limp body crashed on the ground, Dustin caught him single-handedly and nullified Dracer's attack. He placed Stefan down and patted him on the back gently. After that, Dustin stood up and walked confidently toward Dracer. "Wait a minute, Mr. Rhys. I know you have some skills, but you are no match for Dracer. He is definitely not an opponent either you or I could handle. He is a monster. Quick, grab this opportunity to escape before it's too late." Stefan shouted frantically, ignoring the blood dripping down his face. "Don't worry, Stefan. On the contrary, he is no match for me." Heavy raindrops splashed on his umbrella as Dustin continued walking toward Dracer. "Punk, you should have listened to his advice. Now, it's too late to regret it. You lost your chance." Dracer laughed menacingly. He dug his heels into the ground and shot out like an arrow in Dustin's direction. He was planning to use his momentum and crush Dustin with his body of steel. "Mr. Rhys, be careful." Stefan's lace turned pale. Dracer was a high-level martial artist and one of the best in Swinton. Going squarely against an opponent of his caliber was just looking for trouble. Just as Stefan thought that Dustin would die on the spot, a miracle happened. Even though Dracer had smashed into Dustin's body like a tank, he did not move an inch. He reached out, grabbed Dracer by the neck, and lifted him off the ground. Dracer's muscular body dangled in the air like a chicken awaiting slaughter, his feet kicking frantically. However, he could not escape from Dustin's iron grip. "Mr. Chapman, what were you saying just now?" Dustin turned to Stefan and asked nonchalantly, an umbrella in one hand and Dresser hanging helplessly from the other. Dustin couldn't catch what Stefan had said to him just now because of the heavy rain. Looking at the scene before him, Stefan was dumbstruck. Dresser was dangling helplessly in the air like a puppet. Never in his dreams had Stefan imagined that the proud and arrogant Dresser Milfroy would be restrained by Dustin with just one hand. Everything happened so quickly that Dresser had no chance to retaliate. Besides, it had to be said that Dresser wasn't an average, run-of-the-mill fighter. He was a high-level martial artist with formidable energy. How could Dustin single-handedly defeat a martial artist like him? This was ludicrous.